And game one is wrapped. Maryville University taking the first one in this best-of-5 series. And even though in the early game, the victor, we weren't fully sure if it was going to pay off, what a fun pick, the draft from Maryville. Josh, I mean, obviously the two of you got to react to it live. I didn't get to give my thoughts. I love Victor top lane. This is something that even back in like old Worlds meta, it was played against things like the Aatrox, back in the day against Bruisers, but you were saying that now it's against the mages. Do we see this as now a must ban, or at least something that Team Liquid need to have on their radar?
They definitely need to have it on their radar, but you definitely don't need to ban it, right? The Victor top has emerged as a counter pick to actually almost specifically Kennen, right? There's a couple of champions that people have already been murmuring about, like the Cassiopeia, like the Victor. I've also heard things like Anivia that are specifically designed to shut down the Kennen, prevent it from flanking, and just have a good laning phase into it. So that's the only thing that I really think this does, is if we see Victor bans, it means that Surdy says, I want to play Kennen again.
It was pretty rough for them to actually find the plays they needed to. Also, Deserix early on in the game, obviously, we saw the bot lane get very aggressive. Mia Rovex getting real confident in their abilities, and I like to see that. I want to see more of that. Obviously, it didn't work out for them. That put them a little bit behind, but we didn't hype up the bot lane matchup as much going into it. Talking to Smacks ahead of the games, she actually had really high expectations for what this would look like between these two, because we know that these are two bot laners that like to get aggressive.
So for Mia, you know, we've seen her in the regular season kind of play more towards Surdy and City in some of their big wins. But in the promotion tournament, we've seen Mia try and step up to try and take some of those carry roles. Even in games where they're losing out, she will still try and make those big plays to clutch out TLF to get something back into their pockets. Unfortunately, it didn't work out in this one, but you can tell she's playing with that same exact spirit that she wants this team to proceed through into the NACL. And, you know, aggressive performances like that, got to see more of it. It can pay off.
Really pushing the envelope in the early levels, which I think is a cool style for TLF to try and adopt. Now, we'll see what they have ready for game number 2. While the players are getting ready, we're going to play a little bit of a halftime show. We got a rally cry halftime show to get into here while we wait for the games to start. So we're bringing back one of my favorites to play and to run, Tic Tac Trivia. Now, I only have 8 players because Aspect and Mia, I do not have photos of them, unfortunately. Oh, no. So you both get a free one. But the way this one works is you have to answer a trivia question to get your mark on the board. Deserix, I'm going to let you go first. You will be X's. Who do you want to go for Tic Tac Trivia?
You know what? Let's start off with Youngblood. Let's get Scary Jerry.
Scary Jerry, bottom right of the screen. And for everybody unaware, this is from top left to bottom right. We got Niles, City Witty, Rovex, Get Back, the Odd Orange, Surdy, Zyko, and Scary Jerry. Cool. Starting with Scary Jerry. Despite solidifying his brand with MU, which collegiate program did Scary Jerry play for in CLOL 2022 championships?
That was Converse.
Converse, absolutely. You got that one right. So, actually, bonus point that you don't actually win anything for this, but can you tell what place they finished?
I don't remember their finishing place. I'm just gonna guess 5th.
You're gonna guess 5th place? Yeah. It was actually wait, what was it? No, it was 3rd, 4th. It was 3rd, 4th place. Yep. Okay, cool. And now I'm trying to figure out how to get the X above his face, because right now it's
if you're using OBS, you just
behind his face. It should be
layer.
correct. Oh, Scary Jerry's in the wrong folder. That's why. All right. Let's just get there. Yeah, there we go. We fixed it. All right, Josh, you're up.
Wait, that's still Scary Jerry?
Nope, it's not. Now it is. Okay, boom. We're back.
All right. Okay. Let's go for Niles so that Eric doesn't win this in 2.
Yep, that's a good strategy.
Yeah.
While most known for his time at Maryville and his stint in LCS, what Tier 3 org was he part of before his collegiate career?
Before collegiate?
This is a tough one.
Oh my gosh. Before collegiate.
Before collegiate.
Sorry, the nines.
Think back to what orgs even existed back then. I think that might be a hint.
Yeah.
2018 before that era.
Before Maryville, there's like Supernova was always good, Azio was good. Zenith. Oh, wait. That's probably it. Was he on Zenith?
That is
Let's
correct.
go.
You got Zenith Esports nicely. That was probably one of the hardest ones on the entire board.
That was I was like, okay, it's definitely not any of the other ones that I can think of. So I guess ask me that one. That sounds right. That
You
feels
have
right.
it right.
Good, because I was going to guess Zenith. That was the
Oh,
only
solid.
old team that does come to mind.
Solid. All right. Well, you denied Deserex the 2-point win. Deserex,
I
you
love how
are
that
up
perfectly
next.
frames his face.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Look at that.
Good planning. Good planning.
Need that as like a Twitter profile pic for him,
Okay.
you know?
You have
All right.
City Witty, you
Give
have Rovex, Get Back, Odd
Give me
Orange,
Rovex.
30, and Zyko. You want to go Rovex?
Yeah.
Okay. Throughout his time playing on various Tier 3 teams, which collegiate program was Rovex a part of?
Oh, goodness. This is tough. This is tough because he was a sub for UST. He technically
He was
wasn't.
a sub. Nope, he was part of a program for quite a while he was also jumping around on various amateur teams.
Goodness.
A lot of collegiate players do this. They'll be in one program, but then outside of the CLL season, they'll jump to an amateur team.
I'm probably gonna guess wrong. I'm still gonna give it a shot. I know Aaron and SkyTech were their bottom lane towards the tail end of the year, but I'll say St. Louis University.
That is incorrect. It's not St. Louis. Josh, you have a chance to steal. Do you think you got it?
It was Columbia, right?
Yeah.
Let's go. The classics.
Columbia College. Known for, before MU came around, they were kind of the other top dogs for a while. So, cool. All right. Well, Josh, you have a chance to win out right here.
All right.
If you get this next one, I think I know where you're going to go for.
Yeah, we got to take Jet Sturdy Joy.
Wow. Josh is going to in for content. I love it. Surdy, outside of his time in Academy and Challengers, Surdy played for which other 2 Tier 3 orgs that also participated in this tournament?
Wait, say that one more time?
So before his time in Academy and Challengers, Surdy played for which 2 Tier 3 orgs?
Which 2?
That also participated in this tournament. Both of them had teams in this tournament.
That had teams in this tournament?
In this tournament.
Okay. What options even are there? There's Team Fish Taco, Supernova, and there's Maryville. What was the last one?
Team
I don't even
7
remember.
I'm just going to say it's the 2 that I
Right,
remember.
yeah.
Team Fish Taco and Supernova.
You know what? In second thought, that was probably too good of a hint. that probably made it too obvious. I didn't need to include that they participated in this tournament, but it's all right. Because, Deserex, I hate to say it, you're kind of screwed here, bud. Good luck. Where do you want to go?
Wait.
I thought we had a free space. The bingo free space.
I thought that was City.
Oh, wait, no, it does go along. Oh, wow. From top right to bottom left. I was sick. You know what? I'm still going to give you one, Deserex. You still get one more. You still get one more. Give it a try.
All right. I'll give it a try. We'll try and stop him from double tapping me right now. Look at City.
City.
I don't want to get too tapped
City
right
Witty
here.
is a jungler.
Uh-huh.
Actually, I think this is the hardest one, so good job. City Witty is a jungler, but according to his Leaguepedia page, what is his favorite top lane champion?
What?
Now, I really want you to put yourself in the mind of City Witty. What top laner would he thrive on? Yes.
A list of favorite top lane champion?
Yeah, you can see their favorite champions. One of them listed as a top
would
laner.
he thrive on?
Yeah. Just think of the most City Witty top lane energy you can think of.
City Witty top lane energy.
Yep, first thing that comes to mind.
Arthas.
Josh, you want to give it a go?
Lee Sin?
Is it something stupid? How stupid is it? How stupid is it?
It's pretty stupid. It's Teemo, baby.
Oh my
City
god!
Witty's a Teemo enjoyer. An enthusiast, some would say. Get back.
An
he got to start
aficionado.
in esports by winning a reality show called The Next Gamer, where he won a contract to play for which OS org? It was Direwolves. This guy won a reality show to make it into esports. Very funny.
That's
On
actually very
Orange,
cool.
I said he was one of the first players to play ever in the old Academy system at its inception. He played for Echo Fox in the 2018 Academy split. And then, of course, for Zyko, known primarily for his engaged champions, what are the most played of all time? Rakan and Thresh. Played Nami in that last one. So playing Enchanters recently.
Ooh.
Interesting to see, because that is not necessarily the style that we know Zyko for. But hey, still got them that one. But I'm hearing that we're ready for pick and ban, so I'm not going to waste any more time. Thank you for competing, Josh, for winning. I'm going to throw it back over to the casters to get ready for game 2.
Bye, Steve.
You know, on the Rovex question, I remembered the colors. I was thinking blue and white the entire time. That's all that was going through my mind, and the only team I could think of blue and white was St. Louis. I knew it was wrong. I knew it was wrong.
There you go. Is what it is. Yeah, I mean, there's been a handful of like teams that have just like kind of gone up and down, you know, had their time in the spotlight. Columbia was one of them before. There's also like UC Irvine was really good for a while. University of Washington, my alma mater, actually won the very first official collegiate tournament ever, and then none of those players are doing anything anymore. But still,
casual
props.
Flex, you know.
Casual flex, yeah.
Well, how do you know? I won a small little tournament called Ascension Esports. Just,
ooh, let's go. There you go.
There you go.
Well,
that's how I became a caster, by the way.
You know, when you keep on doing this, Eric, if you keep on doing that, maybe you too can earn your way into the NACL promotion tournament. And so, as we start looking at this, yet again, it is Team Liquid first who have moved on over towards the red side of the map. I think they have identified that they need counterpick for Surdy into Niles, right? There's, you know, we talk about counterpick being important in the top lane, but I think more than any other player that has been in the Challengers League, Surdy is lane focused, and he needs to have a good lane in order to have some of these games where he just pops off.
Yeah, it's a strong point. And in fact, it's a strong point to the point where he wanted to come into the season being more of a team player. Skill-wise, he's improved more in terms of his laning aspect and still being that threat over when it comes to just holding down the side lane. But in terms of his team fight, I felt like he didn't get enough opportunities throughout the regular season to try and develop into that role. It seems like we're not really going to have much of a discussion when it comes to team play, though, because I think Surdy does want to get that counter pick and start styling on Niles. He's got to figure out where this chase is going first.
Yeah, it could be going over to Niles, it could be going over to Get Back. It was, in fact, the first ban coming out from Team Liquid first in the first game. It's a lot of firsts. And now, as you start looking at it, is this going to be a direct cannon right away? That's already quite bold coming through. You already have the knockback on Jace immediately. It's not the easiest lane in the world for Kennen to navigate, especially pre-level 6. And then after that, I mean, there's just a lot of poke coming through for Team Liquid first. This is already a very bold start for this squad, and I'm not sure one that's going to lead to a whole lot of success.
It can if we get a focus towards the top side, because the crowd control, if the Jace does go over into the top end, you can get that pick coming in. But it's like you said, this poke is going to get ridiculous, and now you have good follow-up engage to utilize that poke in the Wukong.
Yeah. Oh man, this Team Liquid first draft is not looking like the same kind of thing that I was kind of expecting from them, right? I mean, you do see the Jace, the Vars already going over both towards Maryville. These champions have a impressive poke when put together. They also have, you know, the chain of corruption to start getting these fights started. There are a lot of ways already for Maryville to neutralize any flanks that Surdy actually tries to go for. And at the same time, it feels as though Team Liquid first banning away the own Gragas that Aspect was playing in Game 1, already setting themselves up in a position where they're banning away their own champions. Feels really tough going into Maryville.
Feels like, at least so far, that Team Liquid first got to get things going pretty quickly, especially around that level 6 point. Cease and desist is going to be big from City Witty. Can't afford to just kind of lay around and let Odd Orange do what he wants around the Rift. He has to be influential this time. Mid lane's now going to get banned away. It's focusing onto Aspect, going to take away the Ahri. Syndra going to get banned away from Get Back.
Yeah, I do like the Syndra ban here. Just in general, things that can force the Kennen out of the fight with knockbacks are always going to be difficult. But the big question now is, what does Team Liquid first think of this Jace? How likely is it going to be going over to Niles? We know that Jace has been a Niles special for years and years and years, but do they want to try and allow it to go through? Instead, they are going to be banning the Victor away from Maryville.
It's more of a get back ban this time, all things considered. Let's see what the final ban is going to be for Maryville University. Still 10 seconds on the clock to find that. It's a lot of poke. They do got some great engage on top of that. They need to start grabbing their support role, as well as assigning that solo lane, so we can figure out where that Jace is going to go. Final ban's Lissandra. Yeah,
as that one does come through as well. It will be leaving Team Liquid first in a position where they need to try and find something for Aspect to actually play. In the support role, you could go back to the Lulu here for Rovex. You could also grab the Pyke up as well, considering how squishy several of the Maryville members actually are if you can get on top of them. But ultimately, not a whole lot of surprises there. At least Aspect will have the opportunity to go for a counter pick, as we see a Lulu getting grabbed here for Team Liquid First.
Next pick to come in, it does look like they want to go pretty aggressive on the engage here for Maryville University, or to that effect, the utility that you do get from a Thresh wouldn't be too bad to pair up over here into the bottom lane. For Maryville University, the great poke is there. Having some nice disengage to protect this poke would be good, and you know, Talia does play to that to some regard and use that Warped Earth to stop any forward momentum that TL First are going to go for.
Yeah, it is a tough knockback, but it is a knockback into Kennen that you can potentially look for as well. So, feels as though Maryville, they have all of these tools to just keep everybody at bay on the side of Team Liquid First, and they only currently have Vi, and they will likely only have Vi for the actual potential engages. And already Maryville, I feel like they've drafted a fantastic composition around the Kennen, as the Thresh comes through for Zyko as well, providing more safety for Scary Jerry and also more ways to keep Surdy out of the fight. Team Liquid First, I really would love to see some kind of engaging mid lane almost, but I don't even know what it is, that aspect of play that would even fall into that category. Like maybe a Scion or something? Gonna be an Orianna instead.
I mean, that was the focus for Maryville University in this phase 2 of bans, making sure that Team Liquid First couldn't get onto that backline and stop their poke from coming through, taking away that Ahri and Lissandra. So it's pushing aspect onto this Orianna. Just going to play more for the team fighting. There's some great zone control you get with the Orianna. If they do get that Wombo combo going, the Shockwave along with the Slicing Maelstrom, a lot of potential is there. I'm still worried, though, in the grand picture for Team Liquid First.
Yeah, I mean, you can never count Team Liquid First out in these kind of compositions just because as long as a Wombo combo exists, it is possible. But Maryville, as you said, they have so much poke. They have a lot of ways to win their lanes really hard. And now that the Lucian Nami is no longer being piloted by Scary Jerry and Zyko, it is going to be something that actually has a little bit of a better time early on into the Zeri plus the Lulu. And it's not as though Zeri Lulu gets a free hit later on. He's, you know, even if Mia is able to hit 3 items, there's a lot of range on Maryville to play with.
I'm going to put a lot of this onto City Witty. I want to see what he's going to do in this early game. He needs to be very, very impactful with his Vi. Vi's a good champion to get those early picks. Once you get level 6, it's a point-and-click crowd control to get into this. Team Liquid First, they did lose that first game. Maryville holding that 1-0 lead.
Now, as we start looking at it, remember, Maryville, the only collegiate team who will ever have played in the Challengers and Academy ecosystem before that. These players have proven in the past that they can, in fact, hang with a lot of the teams at that level. Several of these players have also played at that level. Niles, Odd Orange, in particular, have had a bit more of experience.
Yeah, that was Niles 21 Golden Guardians. Odd Orange, we both remember that Team Liquid Academy back when Academy broadcasts were in-house.
Echo Fox before that, that was the trivia that Steve just had.
Don't forget Get Back though. You know, spent time over in the OPL before he entered MU back in 21.
True.
A lot of experience on this roster.
A lot of experience here. Team Liquid First. Well, all of these players were playing the Challengers League in this last split. There's a lot of their first times actually there, right? Rovex, City, Mia. I believe Aspect as well was their first opportunity in the Academy/Challenger scene. Now, Team Liquid First. They're going to be going for a lot of these scraps, but Zyko and Scary Jerry, we've been seeing so many Varus bans for quite a while, ever since the actual change. As, wow, lots of trading up here in the top side. Certainly taking a bit of the worst of it.
That's still going for the trade right here, though. It goes a little bit even, but as you said, Surdy going to be just a tinge lower, those exchanges. We do focus onto the bottom lane once again. This was a very explosive bottom lane in game number 1. It was me and Rovex who were playing forward. Scary Cherry is no slouch on this Varus. Strong champion, but he's had some pretty good performances on doing these fancy arrow shots. He had one where he max ranged it on a flash to even get to this point against AoE.
And again, it's just a strong champion just because it is so versatile. You can build it in a number of different ways still. You still have access to the Chain of Corruption and now City Witty. I mean, did a red side clear in the last game when they were on the blue side, and now this time going to be coming in to say hello to Odd Orange, who does appear to get spotted in City. Ooh.
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 His eyes on him. Odd Orange still moving up over to Surdy. City Witty channeling the recall right now. And now both of the junglers going to meet. City Witty not going to do anything about it. We'll just take the recall.
Yeah, and barely gets out before the Scryer's Bloom does spot them out. So City, it's a lot of wasted time actually from both junglers where neither of them have been farming, and Odd Orange yet again going up towards the top side of the map. And Team Looking First know that he is not on the blue buff, nor is he on the Grom. That's going to be giving City the information he needs to actually go back towards his own side of the map, get a ward across the Tri-Brush, and try and prevent Odd Orange from going for a gank there. And instead, Odd Orange going to be moving in towards the mid lane aspect.
Oh, Zyko tries to read the flash positioning. The seismic shove will, however, get it. Aspect, 100 health remains, but he will survive.
Wow, wow. I mean, great stuff coming through from Zyko, trading the flash there. 4 aspects does leave this Orianna so much more vulnerable. And Orianna without a flash is definitely an easy target for repeat ganks from Odd Orange.
Zyko moving out with his Thresh. That's a great thing about having this pick because it works both ways. You can be aggressive for those engages on the roams, or you can just play defensively and protect Scary Jerry. Zyko is no stranger from just taking the route of heading into the mid lane and destroying over there.
As we learned in Tic Tac Trivia, right, one of the most played champions all time here for the Thresh for Zyko. At the same time, up in the top lane, we were saying that this is not the easiest lane in the world for the Kennen to try and navigate early game, but Surdy has actually done a fairly good job making sure that this CS remains even up until this point. And so once you get level 6, then Surdy does have a lot more kill threat, a lot more control over the laning phase. We'll be getting some good damage down here onto the Jace as well.
Zyko with the Hex Flash is able to catch Rovex, throwing in the arrow. Not enough damage to take down Rovex, but ooh, this seems to be a reoccurring theme, Josh, with Maryville University.
Yeah, I mean, just the execute damage coming out from the super arrow every single time is going to be so much extra pressure. They will get the wave underneath, and so Mia and Rovex, we were saying that they did a good job in game 1, actually taking down Scary Jerry and Zyko and having a strong early laning phase, has not continued here into game 2, as we are already seeing Scary Jerry and Zyko starting to get the upper hand, and it's before they even get access to the Chain of Corruption.
Yeah, Zyko just playing this so aggressively on the Thresh and comfortable onto that champion. Being with Maryville University, you know, they have a lot of high standards in the way they facilitate their players and develop them, and Zyko was definitely feeling quite a bit of pressure to live up to those standards. He's been helped by MU a lot, Shady in specific, who's that Maryville University journeyman, their last starter support. Slotted in very well, and it's been a great duo watching him and Scary Jerry, the younger of the developing talent on Maryville University.
Yeah. I also love the rivalry that Zyko has had with Sketch Dreams.
Yes!
Right?
I'm gonna relegate him.
I'm gonna relegate him. I just want to beat him, and then Sketch is like, dude, I made you. Here we go. Maryville coming around to try and contest this. 80 carries are not around. Top laners are not around. Just kidding.
They will not take the fight. Instead, conceding it over to Team Liquid First. And First Dragon will go over, giving them potential condition to go for Dragon stacking.
Yeah, we saw this last game as well. Team Liquid First did pick up the first Dragon of the game, and then Maryville was able to grab the second one. And overall, the game state looks pretty darn similar to what we saw in our last one, right? I mean, Team Liquid First did totally fine overall in the laning phase. And then things started to fall apart, especially around the second Dragon, where they gave over way too much. They gave the Dragon right on back Maryville, preventing Team Liquid First from having that Dragon stacking opportunity. Yeah, just barely able to dodge this one out. So we'll see. I mean, the way that Team Liquid First built an advantage last game, remember, it was up towards the top side at the skirmish where they were able to catch out the Odd Orange.
They could still try to find something up there. I mean, City Witty, again, it's a point-and-click crowd control. Vi's very strong at that. Tension towards the bot lane. Scary Jerry's in some hurt. Mia forcing the issue, but gets exhausted, and here comes Odd Orange. First blood to Zyko. Now, will that death sentence land onto Rovex? Just will use the Flay to set it up. Is it a 2-for-1 deal? You know Maryville like their value mills, but they won't grab it on Rovex.
Yeah, I mean, Mia confident to a fault in this case, right? Going so far forward, but Rovex getting hit by the Chain of Corruptions as it spreads, is not able to keep pace with his AD carry, and Mia will end up going down. We were saying in game one, if Mia and Rovex are strong enough, then it's a huge opportunity for Team Liquid First to have another point of strength to play around, but this is a little bit closer to what we were expecting, is now Scary Jerry and Zyko getting that first blood in, yeah, what is largely a 2v2. Team Liquid First, they will in fact grab the Rip Herald, so they will grab 2 neutral objectives for themselves.
Yeah, City Witty so far has been on a lot of this neutral control, did grab the first Drake, now grabs first Rift Herald. Where do we accelerate, Josh? Do we put this in the top lane and get Surdy going?
I mean, I feel like you have to, right? So much of Team Liquid First's strength has been up here in the top side, and we haven't really seen a whole lot coming out from City Witty so far in this event, in this series either. Getting Surdy ahead, you know, grabbing more plates would be huge, but Odd Orange is already reading the play.
And Niles up here, slicing Maelstrom. Niles is going to go down before Odd Orange has a chance. City Witty will take it.
Nice, great read coming through from Surdy. That's exactly how you should be looking to play this matchup out. As soon as Jace switches back over towards the cannon form, he cannot switch back to the cannon form, doesn't have access to Thundering Blow, cannot knock Surdy away, instantly kill him before he can do anything, and great stuff coming through from Team Liquid First topside.
Interesting enough, though, City Witty did not put the Rift Herald up there, not look to cash in on plates, instead now headed over towards this bottom end. I look for something down here.
Yeah, Aspect looking at get back, not going to be doing anything further, but City Witty, as you were calling out, now coming down towards the bottom side of the map, has picked up a kill, and I wonder if that means that they're going to be the Aspect of this game, right? They ended up getting 4 kills last game, just kind of coming up and fighting the last bit of damage onto everybody as the skirmishes were breaking out, and so now Team Liquid First. I mean, Aspect is doing a good job here in the mid lane as well, pushing around get back.
Oh, Get Back falling low. Aspect will chase right through, and Get Back sent to the respawn. Team Liquid First will take a kill lead.
A solo kill coming out from Aspect with a not on my bingo card. I mean, we were saying we need to find opportunities for Team Liquid First to have win conditions other than Surdy, but they need to find it kind of on their own, and that's a great kill coming through.
Oh, a great block from Odd Orange. Cyclone comes out. City Witty had eyes on this and still will be able to escape, but it cost him his flash.
Yeah, and again, Zyko and Odd Orange coming through, picking up flashes away from everybody, but Aspect, as he goes in, the ultimate comes through, catches Get Back, and super, super low. The flash not immediately getting him in range, and as they chase them down, good stuff to pick up a solo kill there, as we are starting to see signs of life coming through for Team Liquid First in this game.
That is one of the more frustrating things for me, is when you're against an Orianna player and she hides it really well around the turret. It made it hard to see that shockwave in animation, and that's why Get Back got caught right there.
Yeah, I mean, the number of times that I've complained about Darkstar Orianna because the particles are impossible to see is wild. This is pool party. As now City choosing not to jump in.
Still, Get Back getting chunked out. Shockwave stops the Lantern. Will not pull him into dangerous territory as more members of Maryville start crowding around. 3 versus 3 in the mid.
Yeah. Leaving Mia and Scary Jerry to their lonesome down here in the bottom side of the map. And
oh, Rovex, careful.
Rovex.
Oh, nice hook from Zyko. Still no follow through from Maryville, but that is the threat Zyko presents on the map.
Yeah. I mean, Zyko's been doing a fantastic job throughout this series so far, just landing all these hooks, creating a lot of pressure. Doing really good work with the tidal waves in particular in game 1. Surdy gets the stun.
Let's get the stun. A little dab coming out from Niles. 30.
Wow.
Chase Niles away. Doesn't get his flash out, which would have been the preferred right there, but Surdy now being able to trade a lot with Niles.
Yeah. We're seeing this, right? It feels like in both games, Surdy, even in kind of tough laning matchups, is doing better than Niles in the laning phase. Now, that's partly because City is spending a fair amount of time up here in the top side to try and shut Niles down. But this is the spot where we were looking, right? City does have access to the Herald, has already dropped it down in the top side of the map. Surdy will be able to get one play off that.
City's caught out. Seismic Shove is not needed. Odd-Orange will be able to kill City. Same time the Rift Herald went down, so it's still gold coming in the way of TLF, but this was not the map setup that they were wanting.
No. Team Liquid first, falling behind a little bit in terms of the goal, but Aspect still with control here in the mid lane.
And now here comes Odd-Orange. Just a bit of chip damage onto Surdy. Now going around the tower. They might look for a dive right now.
It's a tough
We do
dive.
have get back there. Weaver's wall could get back up there in a timely manner, but instead we'll focus on to the mid lane because he sees the low health Aspect. Doesn't land the Seismic Shove, gets pulled right back in by the Shockwave, and Aspect takes him in the 1v1, throws the ball right at his face. If you dodge a wrench, dodge a ball. You can't dodge the ball, you go down.
Yeah, I mean, that was the fight that Get Back actually wanted, as Sturdy's getting forced away from the top side of the map, but another solo kill coming through from Aspect is going to reward Team Liquid through their second dragon of the game.
Dragon stacking coming out for Team Liquid first. Scary Jerry attempting a steal there, a little cheeky with the piercing arrow, but that's still the second dragon now acquired. It's going to be a Hex Drake map.
Yeah, oh boy. Hex Dragon maps are always the most fun ones, but it will be a bit of a trade across the map, right? As Odd-Orange spending so much time up here in the top side of the map is going to be trying to get Niles this first brick, and because it's Jace, they will be able to take that one down, and that is going to be a little bit extra money going on over towards Niles, who has the Mercury Trace completed, is starting to build towards the Eclipse as well. Maryville, I mean, even though they're down 2 dragons, still are up 1,000 gold. And it feels as though the fact that Aspect is a lot stronger in this game than we were expecting them to be gives Team Liquid another opportunity, gives Aspect another opportunity to try and carry the game for their team.
That's what I was going to say right there. Aspect in position similar to what we saw from game number 1 with that Gragas getting all the early kills that came out from TLF. 2-0 currently on the map. And Aspect, you said it in the previous game that it's a little bit rare for Aspect to carry, but during the regular season, we did see those moments of Aspect stepping up. They were far and few between, but definitely a capable player to bring that. Now Surdy slicing Maelstrom onto Niles. Niles going to tee up, has the shield from the Lantern. Psycho following through onto Surdy. No one going to go down.
Yeah, the Mercury Treads and the Eclipse coming together to make sure that Niles is still strong enough. And Surdy, with that ultimate being blown, they will have it back available for the upcoming Dragon, but will not have it for anything really before that, right? There's no fights around the Rift Herald to be going for because City Witty already picked that one up. There's not really fights to go for around these standing turrets because Surdy was not going to be able to really find any flanks for those at all anyway. And so it does mean that I'm expecting a relatively quiet couple of minutes, especially in regards to where Surdy is. And the only real player that might really get things done is going to be City Witty when teaming up with Aspect.
It's been the story for quite some time now for City Witty. We got 2 minutes and 45 seconds before the Dragon does spawn. And I think that will be the next major timer. Would get Team Liquid first in Dragon Soul point contention. Maryville University, they were able to stop that last time, and a good stop to any other shenanigans Team Liquid first were looking to do, but it's a completely different game this time. It's only an 800 gold lead coming out from Maryville University. Maryville University, the first ones to step up in the jungle. They're going to spot out Surdy. Surdy now looking to run away, but he's caught out by Niles and Zyko. Oh, Zyko throwing the death sentence the wrong way. Doesn't get the read properly, but there is Scary Jerry with the piercing arrow.
Ooh, another snipe coming through from Scary Jerry is going to be picking up Surdy on that one. And we were saying, right, Surdy can't really go for fights, but they were hiding in the brush as though they had the ultimate, and they did not. So here in the mid lane, we will be getting the Rift Herald to crash. Should be giving over some money here to Mia, which will help out quite a bit. But with just under 2 minutes before the next Dragon is actually going to be spawning, Niles at the same time getting so much money. If you leave a Jace alone in a side lane, he'll ask for some milk, and that milk is so much extra gold.
Trying to get a cup of their own is Aspect over in the side lane, but that's an Orianna, not as much of a side laner as the Jace. Weaver's Wall comes out as Maryville University are looking for a fight, but Team Liquid say nah.
Yeah, not going to be picking up Aspect before the Dragon, and so as everybody backs away, uh-oh.
Oh no, Mia didn't realize she was caught out, and that's a flash burn for the marksman of TLF.
Yeah, oh wow, Flash being down. Odd-Orange's ult will be up not that long after the Dragon actually spawns, and so that will be a big opportunity for Maryville to try and punish Mia now that they have no flash available. And as everybody starts moving over, you're going to see almost everybody come towards this Dragon. Remember how well Maryville were able to stop Sturdy from going from any flanks in Game 1? They're going to need to do the same thing here in Game 2.
So far, Maryville University don't have that much vision to try and defend against those flanks that are going to come out from Sturdy. City trying to put some attention into this bottom lane to get a kill on Niles before this Dragon even comes up, but Niles is going to give proper respect as he should. He needs to be available for this next fight, and Maryville University, they are getting control mid side.
Yeah. As I start moving in force in towards the river, Aspect is still not here. There's a couple places where Aspect could potentially teleport to, but none of them are deep flanks. They're all on their own side of the map, and these front to backs are not things that Team Liquid first should be looking to opt into.
Cease and desist. Be watching that R from City Witty incredibly closely. Oh, City caught out by the seismic shove. Loses a third of his health in the process, and the ultimate of Rovex is going to get burnt to try and help him. Aspect flashed forward right there. Not exactly sure why, if that was a potential fat finger or not, but that's still Dragon going over to Maryville.
As the Dragon ends up getting picked up here for Maryville, that's going to be slowing down any stacking coming through from Team Liquid first, and Team Liquid, they might get this top lane turret as they send Aspect over here, but they have run out of minions already. It feels like they are going to be getting absolutely nothing back in exchange for that Dragon. And Team Liquid first, you can never count them out as long as they have these wombo combo tools available, but that just felt like a complete macro win coming through from Maryville.
Now the Kings in the North are holding control of the map still. 1.6k in the lead as we head towards the 20-minute mark right now. Another Dragon will be spawning in 4 minutes. We'll have Baron on the map. Maryville University using their leads to get a little bit more deep vision. They need to take this mid lane tower so they can open up the rift even more. Very easy when you have a Thresh to allow you to position a little bit more dangerously. Scary Jerry not afraid to step up right there. Half health remains before Maryville can take that turret.
Yeah, all the members of Maryville still looking for more opportunities. Odd Orange down 4 levels to Aspect. Not super surprising with the 2 solo kills going over a ton of bonus experience as well. But Team Liquid first, right, they are going to be struggling to actually get some of these fights started. You really just have to use City like a Pokemon and throw them right on in and say, hey, you know, use the Pokeball, I'll try and catch everybody else as Aspect. And so, Team Liquid first, whenever you are behind, you really, really need like engage tools or somebody who is an insane, crazy flanker. So he's gotten better at it over the course of Spring Split, but it hasn't been the strongest part of their game, as now Maryville using the Weaver's Wall to block off this mid lane turret. They will pick it up and open up the map.
Beautifully led in, timing it with the wave. That's the final outer tower that does go down. As you said, the map will be opened up, and Maryville are very, very pristine when it comes to a lot of their vision control. You can see a lot of the control wards that they have up. Try and count it against TLF's vision, which is mostly within their own jungle as they try and defend against Maryville.
Yeah. As Maryville starts to set up, I'm kind of curious, like, who you feel like this would mean the most to. Obviously, maybe actually to their director, Clerky, right? He's been spending the last week or so on Twitter, at least, talking about how important it is to support collegiate teams and players and the ecosystem in general. I mean, having a collegiate team actually playing alongside the rest of the Challengers teams is a huge boon towards this level of play.
Yeah, I completely agree on that. You know, I do think this match means a little bit more to TLF, but when it comes to the grand scheme of things, like having a collegiate squad within the NACL and one as prestigious as Maryville University, you know, it's a great step up to see. It would be great to see other universities getting involved when it comes to our next promotions when they happen at the tail end of summer. So far, Maryville University are not squandering this opportunity. They had a war with AoE, made them fall down into this lower bracket. And right now, battling it out with Team Liquid first in what is so far been a very convincing manner. Oh. And a pick is going to be found by Maryville onto City Witty, and then it can continue to convince us some more.
Yeah, I'm honestly a little bit surprised that Maryville haven't already started hitting the Baron, but they're trying to bait people over, and now they're going to be hitting. They will be teleporting their last members over and get back.
No.
Still has access to the Weaver's Wall to prevent Team Liquid First from even coming in.
Oh, that's such a shame, man. TLF losing the Baron like this. This is going to accelerate Maryville University so much. 4.4K in the lead. They'll grab it at 23 minutes.
Yeah. That very similar time, right? I think I said 24-14 last game was when we kind of called it. This one is getting very close to a very similar position as Surdy's going to be picking up this bottom lane structure as well, grabbing a little bit more gold. And I think we're going to have to look at this next Dragon fight. We really need to see some big wombo combo coming through from Surdy and Aspect. And just like it was in game 1, it's got to be off the back of Aspect for this fight. Mia's not online yet on only 2 items.
And Scary Jerry leading the gold right there. 10.7K on this young marksman. He's been loving his time on Maryville University. I remember I've talked to him a few times, and he's just outright said, like, yeah, I don't really care about Converse. That's in the past. Maryville is the future. He loves his teammates. He loves his environment. Being there in person with the squad has been great for his development. Seeing him right now, 2-0-1 on this Varus, it's really showing.
We'll see what else they can get done, as the Dragon that we were saying that Team Liquid First kind of needed to try and contest is just going to be left to the wayside. And as Aspect tries to get this top lane turret at the same time, it's not as though Team Liquid First are just going to be able to defend these structures super easily. There's so much damage already going through. Scary Jerry picks up the Dragon before he moves over towards the rest of the team, and the Inhibitor turret, I think, is about to fall.
Yeah, it goes down. Cease and desist is going to be used. Slicing Maelstrom. It's doing some work. It's going to find one. Odd Orange has to flash out, but Psycho, a beautiful flay, will get one right back to Maryville, and the seismic shove will shove Mia right into the grave. Aspect being chased down. Get back, looking for another shove. Aspect's able to sidestep it, but Maryville University have cracked the base. They might look to take the win right here.
Yeah, City has no ultimate. He goes in.
Oh,
Rock
get
Monkey.
back. Good flash right there. It's out of danger. City Witty posturing up, but only to threaten Maryville, to get them out of their base. Maryville University, great play from them right underneath the tower.
Yeah, an Aspect on the far side of the map, not able to contribute to the defense of the Inhibitor turret, and then a completely whiffed Shockwave means that there is no damage coming through from Team Liquid First at all. And it does look closer and closer to Maryville University fighting their way in towards the North American, the LCS Challengers League.
Kings in the North, the most decorated teams in the history of Collegiate League of Legends. We saw their CLOL results in the pre-show. Top 4 in 22, second in 21, first in 2019 and 2017 in CLOL. Made 2 Proving Grounds appearances, the only collegiate representative here. And they're getting closer and closer to getting into the LCS Challengers League and making that a reality.
Yeah, and they had such a tough road here as well, right? Having to beat three different, or play up against 3 different of the provisional teams coming down from the Challengers League, right? They played against Last Dance, formerly CLG Faith, and they played against AoE, the #1 seed in the event, and now they're playing up against Team Liquid First, the #2 seed. And let's be real, Eric, these last 2 games so far have not really been close.
No, they haven't. They've been controlled by Maryville University's macro. As they find more picks right now, City Witty, half of his health gone in the blink of an eye. And look at that timer, 2 minutes, 45 seconds before the issue is going to be pressed around Dragon. Maryville University can't focus around there, but right now with such control on these wave states, they can keep pressing the issue for these sieges.
And everybody's looking for another potential pick. Scary Jerry brings the wave as well. It's going to be a dead structure. Yeah, Mia's gotten relatively tanky for an AD carry, but I mean, just look at the amount of damage that is still going to be done by Scary Jerry, by Niles at range. And I got bad news, Eric. It gets worse.
And you can see this setup in real time coming out from Zyko. City Witty was trying so hard to find a flank right there, gets over the wall. What does Zyko do? Peels back, puts down a control ward. You have the scry over in the other brush. So City Witty has 0 angles. Maryville are so careful about vision control.
Yeah, they've done such a good job at eliminating flankers from the opposing side of the map. as I start looking at it again. I mean, Maryville, as you called out, a minute and a half left before they can actually go pick up the next Hextech Dragon, one of the most valuable individual dragons and Dragon Soul in the game. They've struggled a little bit. They haven't just gone for a dedicated siege going up against Team Liquid first. I think they'd rather wait to pick up a Baron before they actually try and make those just dedicated sieges happen, because there's a fair amount of wave clear coming out from Aspect, right? It makes it very difficult for the members of Maryville to actually line up and try and hit any of these structures.
Aspect putting in the command attack and dissonance. It's not just wave clear, but it's good zone control to stop Maryville University from actually getting onto the tower to DPS it. That being said, though, Surdy does a pretty good job of shoving in this wave over here. At a very crucial time, it's 30 seconds before the Baron does come up. They're not going to be too worried about that bot lane inhibitor.
Yeah, I mean, because the wave was so shoved out, like you said, there's a lot of time here for Team Liquid first. But it does mean that because it's pushed so far back, it will build up into a bigger problem later, as the next wave will catch up to the first one. Oh, just kidding. There's no more super minions in the next wave, so I mean, Team Liquid first has done a good job weathering the storm, as City has got to be very careful when they go forward.
You know, Maryville is that team when they're leading with Scary Jerry in front of City Witty. That's how fearless they are right now, but that's how in the lead they are. 4.4k lead. A lot of that allocated over to Scary Jerry, who puts in that big damage. Now Maryville University, they don't care too much about this Dragon situation. They just want another Baron.
As they start coming over, yeah, I mean, there's no real contest coming out from Team Liquid first at all. They throw the Skyers Bloom just to see, and it is going to be a Dragon going over to Team Liquid first. That's another Baron getting picked up by Maryville. And the second Baron is way more powerful than the first one. You will have so much stronger minions. You will have so much extra that you can do with it. And as everybody walks back towards base, we're starting to see 4 items and boots already on Scary Jerry. We're seeing 3 on Get Back, 3.5 on Niles as well. Like, they're just going to be doing absolute truckloads of damage from ranges that Team Liquid first cannot really deal with. It really is only Aspect and Surdy if he finds a flank.
You're so wealthy, man. And these game plans have been executed beautifully. Credit to Niles. Once again, he is the big shot caller for this squad. You know, last time we talked to him, he didn't have that much of an interest in going back in pro. And that is perfectly fine and okay, because if you are using your experience and your time, whether it be with LCS or in the scene as a whole, to help develop new players and help lead squads like Maryville, you know, into positions like this where they're knocking at the door of the LCS Challengers League, it's still time well spent for players like Niles.
Yeah. They get the inhibitor once again. They are now bringing the full might of all of their poke to bear as we walk in towards the mid lane, because there's nowhere else for them to go. Aspect taking decent chunks, but actually not as big of a chunk as I was kind of expecting, due to how far ahead Aspect is as well. As City Witty going for a long flank.
Oh, this is a deep flank. Very deep flank by City. This might be the last hurrah coming through right now. Teleport coming out, or Niles will get him over towards that top side, but City no longer wants to take this flank. Will instead just take a deep recall.
Yeah, and Maryville, I mean, they still have a little bit more than a minute left on their Baron buff, as they are now going towards the top side of the map. I think they felt that something was funky, right? And so now as they go back towards the top side of the map, all the flanking work that City Witty was trying to do in order to create an opportunity for his team just kind of disappears. But there are a couple of cool teleport wards behind the members of Maryville that Surdy could potentially look at.
Here we go. This might be an engage from Get Back. No, just going to cut the rest of Team Liquid first from protecting this turret. Half the health taken oh so quickly by Maryville University. Oddorn's trying to focus over into the mid lane. Has just one more auto to go to take down that mid lane turret. Orange might be caught out right here. Surdy looking to hop on him alongside City. Cyclone going to be used, but there it is with the clone utilizing the Cyclone to stop the Vault Breaker. Orange will get out and the inhibitor goes down.
Yeah, great stuff coming through from from Maryville. They're so close to picking up all 3 inhibitors with that last Baron. Now they just need to come in towards the mid lane and picking up both sides, the top lane and the bottom lane. Good stuff to make sure that you can split the map, make it so difficult for Team Liquid first to even come out of their base. But again. We've said that this game is tough, but it's not over for Team Liquid First. I still believe there's an opportunity for them to find this Wombo combo. It's gotten late enough in the game that if you have a wave that you can push with, you could potentially end the game off of it.
It's a big thing to ask from Team Liquid First. They need all of their ultimates to line up perfectly to make this work out. The Slicing Maelstrom as well as the Shockwave, more in specific, it needs to be big for this team fight. You want to catch Maryville at a choke point as well because you want them all grouped together. It's the only way it's going to be the most effective. But right now, Maryville are controlling the map. It's hard to get them to group together, and you've lost your final inhibitor tower.
Yeah. They get that one, and now Maryville, they
City.
Fish.
Last chance here. City when he goes on to get back. Niles able to get away from Mia. Mia still trying to get the damage in. She needs to stay into this as Surdy with the Slicing Maelstrom. A 1-for-1 trade. Mia leading the charge, getting the autos. Will face off with Scary Jerry and get the better. A shutdown found by Surdy. Another pick. This time Poppy and the Guardian Angel, and the Wolves will swarm around on Orange to find a triple kill for Team Liquid First.
Wow, Team Liquid First, they really needed that fight. They find so much, and this could potentially earn them the Hextech Soul. But they got to get back. They got to make sure that they actually get towards their own base. As teleport coming from Get Back.
Oh, Get Back. What's he going to do right here? They're going right after Mia. Mia caught by the Shock Blast. Niles finding one angle, but on the opposite end, you've walked right into the wall. Get Back gets a shutdown.
A great trap coming through from Maryville to shut down Mia right when the situation is starting to look a little bit dire. They will have plenty of members still alive to actually make sure that Team Liquid First can't do this for free. Rovex!
It's doomed now. You've lost Mia.
Teleport.
It's all onto Aspect and Surdy. Surdy's here. He's on to one. It's flipped this. Now Team Liquid First have a chance. Shock Blast gets Rovex low, but Team Liquid First, they see an opportunity. They're going to try and take this Dragon Soul. AK health remains. There's no smite nearby. It's going to be a Shock Blast from Niles. A piercing arrow from Scary Jerry. It will not be found, but it takes down City Witty.
Okay, and everybody, they're taking the portal.
Scary Jerry, he's going in by himself. Shockwave finds him. Marksman is down. Teleport coming through. Niles looking to go over the wall. Finds it, slams down onto him. Niles gets the shield lantern, but it's not enough. A double kill found by Aspect.
What just happened? This game just became crazy. It was so quiet for so long, and then everybody just decided, hey, it's time to fight, it's time to die. I don't think a single player, other than Aspect, has gotten through all of this unscathed. But good attempt coming through from Maryville to try and steal this dragon, but the spot immediately after was so bizarre. Right, you'll watch Scary Jerry being the only one on his team as the AD carry to actually jump through the portal.
Oh no, Aspect caught out. No, Odd Orange is the one. Will be able to take the lantern. Gets away from Mia. What a game. You were saying it, Josh, that you can never really count Team Liquid First out. They have Dragon Soul now, and they're fighting back. Only 2K separate them.
Realistically, they're actually ahead in effective gold based on the 4 dragons they picked up and the Hextech Soul. It's easily worth like 4,000 or 5,000 all on its own. So Team Liquid First should be stronger in these fights. They have Mia online now at 4 items and boots. And so, I mean, Scary Jerry, we got to see that there was not a whole lot of effective damage that they could put out because they were getting run down by Mia with Rovex in tow.
Team Liquid First setting up. Oh, Surdy's onto Niles. Can Niles escape? Going golden. This is a big pick for Maryville University. Team Liquid First have just lost one of the members of their team fight. But the same might be true for Maryville as Odd Orange gets dropped.
But look at where Get Back and Niles actually are as members of Team Liquid First trying to back away Niles. Don't have a whole lot of health here.
Oh, instead hops right onto City Witty. And ooh, a lot of movement from that phase rush. Mid. To try and build some space, but City Witty takes down Niles. The base still at risk though. Get Back walks in.
Huh. Get Back had left. Get Back goes right on back into the base. The mid lane inhibitor falls to minions. That's Get Back hitting the bot lane inhibitor as well.
Oh god, Get Back still in there. Aspect will be the only one to face off. That's going to be Nexus Tower number 1 going down. Aspect looking to fight this out. Seismic Shove goes off. The Baron fight coming through as well. Scary Cherry and Psycho looking to clutch it out, but down. We'll go get back. Oh, Rovex solo gets taken out by the Baron, and he can't face Scary Cherry. Mia, Guardian Angel gets popped, and Scary Cherry puts an arrow right into her heart, and the heart of fans of Team Liquid first.
God, it's like shades of that Danny play, the 2v5 pentakill. This time it's only 3, but Scary Jerry and Zyko coming through, taking down everybody around this Baron. You get to see how much damage actually comes through as soon as the super arrow does land. Kills one person, almost drops the second one instantly as well. And now Maryville will own the Baron.
Zyko caught out. Down another member is going to be Maryville University. They don't have get back. He hasn't come off the respawn. Mia still ticking away. It's only 2 on the defense for Team Liquid first.
Game got silly all of a sudden. All over the place. People are trying to fall like flies, getting picked all over. And all the death timers, like, I don't know if we've had all 10 members on the field for more than a couple of seconds in the past, like, 5 minutes. So Team Liquid first, they are fighting this one back. 2 minutes left till the Elder Dragon actually spawns. Maryville will still have the Baron buff during that period. So, I mean, Aspect, Mia, Surdy, they've all had opportunities to step up over the past couple of minutes in order to find some of these big fights, but Scary Jerry is already full items, right? We are seeing that get back very close as well. Niles picked up a Spear of Shojin. That means he can get 2 shot blasts per acceleration game. Right, that's something that got nerfed out of the game years and years and years ago because of how impressive it was.
That is ridiculous poke that Niles can bring in. Not just the poke, though. I want to look at the summoners. 2 teleports currently available for Maryville University. You have a deep control ward there. If Team Liquid first slip up at any angle, at any position, they stand the risk of getting backdoored. It's very real for them.
It is. Whereas Team Liquid first, they need to have a situation where they can take waves towards the other side of the map. And so I love the fact that Maryville, they go towards the top side in order to push that one out, make sure that there's no wave for Team Liquid first to play with, even if they win a fight.
Zyko setting up the vision. He needs to spot out Surdy on the rotation. Surdy has been spotted. Now looking to collapse into the rest of the group, but that vision from Psycho pays its dividends. Baron wave going to be led in by Niles.
Oddorge also pushing here in the mid lane as Get Back looking to try and take this structure down.
Double supers.
Red team's inhibitor has been destroyed.
And they're out. Wow, yeah, Maryville. I don't think they really want to go for a flip around the Elder Dragon. They're looking for Niles.
This is the call right now, but Maryville University could march right into the base. They got to be quick about this pick. Niles has gone down. Nexus Tower number 2, currently at 50% health. Maryville still posturing in the base.
Still have the Baron buff. That was 2 really big ultimates coming out from Team Liquid first. Surdy, I mean, he still has the ultimate available. They are 5v4. Maryville, they don't want to go play around the Elder. They want to keep Team Liquid corralled into their own base.
Oh, man. Elder just spawning right now. City Witty taking that Hex Gate. Go for the Elder, or do they try and find an angle? They might be running straight for the Elder. That could be a very, very big mistake right now. They don't have Baron-empowered recalls. Maryville University could look to take this. Surdy goes forward, slicing Maelstrom on to get back. Surdy gets low. Aspect caught out by Oddorge. Gonna get knocked up by the Cyclone, and both of your AP carries are dead! But Maryville University running low on health. It's up to Mia to clutch out the big play. Hops over the wall trying to find Oddorge. Oddorge running back, sees an assist, gets a double kill for Mia. Scary Jerry out of position. Teleport coming out from Niles. Looking to find the back door. Oh, here comes Oddorge. Here comes Niles. The dynamic duo in the top lane will backdoor Team Liquid first.
Oh, what a heartbreak coming through from Team Liquid first. They were fighting back over and over. The one time Aspect dies that game is the death necessary for Maryville to actually take it. 2 games now in favor of Maryville. They are a single game away from finding themselves into the Challengers League.
One more game, but Team Liquid first were so close, Josh. You said you can't ever count them out, and they fought back, they clawed. But when your base is in shambles, it is too hard to fight back when you have double supers coming in and Baron empowered waves. Oh, goodness gracious. What a performance from TL First to try and bring that back, but Maryville University are now at match point. We're going to be right back. We'll have Kangas with our halftime show.